seen the shaft design, we have seen the lot many types of the numericals for shaft design. Now we'll start with the design of keys. That is very important part. Why? That I'll tell you. So key, what is key? You can see on the screen, this is key. So it has having many more types as like saddle key, square key, flat key, woodruff key, jib-headed key, sunk key, and lot many more. In our syllabus, they have mentioned flat key and square key only. So we'll see accordingly. Now see, what is key? Key is nothing but it is an element which can help to transmit torque, motion from shaft to hub. So that is the intermediate part which will help to transmit torque motion very easily. Clear? So you can see the structure. This is just 3D view. This will be the key. While using the key, I will have to make a slot in the shaft that we called as a keyway. So while making a slot, I will have to make slot, and same slot I will have to make for hub also. So through which key can join, through which key can transmit the motion very easily. Now you can see this will be the shaft which we have designed, we have seen, we have designed already. After that, keyway is situated over the shaft. This keyway or this key helps to connect the hub and through which the transmission will be occur. Therefore, I told you key is nothing but it is an intermediate part which will be transmit motion, power, torque from shaft to the hub. So that is the exact feature of the key. Now this is about the key. Then this chart I have shown you because ultimate what we are going to design the key. Outcome is, always remember while designing key, B into H into L. That is width of key, height of key, length of key. So that is the only outcome specification parameter point of view we need to calculate while designing the key. As I told you, in case of shaft, diameter is the outcome, small d. Clear? So this chart shows that this is design data chart through which we can realize if the diameter range we know, then we can select directly the key width and height very easily with respect to its depth, slot depth. Now you can see if calculated diameter or design diameter is situated, that is 28 mm. Let us say 28 mm diameter, then you can check minimum range 20 to 30. So it is situated 28 situated in between these two. Therefore I can select 8 mm by 7 mm. 8 mm is nothing but width, 7 is height. So that will be with slot of 4 mm. So likewise we need to select the key structure. But while designing the things, we have to consider the basic things. What are that? I'll tell you one by one. Before that, as I told you, in our syllabus, there are only two types of the key. First one is square key. Now, in case of the square, what happened? Width and height is always equal to d by 4. D is nothing but diameter of shaft. D is nothing but diameter of shaft. Correct? B is equal to, H is equal to, height is equal to d by 4. And for flat key, now flat means what? See, this is H, this is B, this is flat. Square like this structure. Sorry, this is H, this is B. Clear? So this will called as a flat key. In flat key, what happened? We'll have to take width is always equal to d by 4, as same as that of square key. But in case of height, it is always 2/3 of width. So 2/3 of width, if I consider h is equal to 2/3, b is nothing but d by 4. So I'll get d by 6 for height in case of flat key. So this will you can take note, very important. This is flat key and this is square key. So this is basic, and after that we are going to learn one consideration. Here also one consideration we need to take, that is length of key 1.5 times d, shaft diameter. So this is also consideration. So in upcoming session I'll tell you the derivation for this also. It will not ask in exam, but I'll tell you, no issue. Now we'll see the second part, that is stress equation for key. stress equation for key. We'll have to see stress equation for key. Correct? Now, stress equation for key, before that we'll have to learn this diagram. See here, very carefully. This is the square key. The structure is shown and this we called as a shaft, which is indicated by small d, and which is having torque. Equal and opposite forces acting over the keys. From bottom side, equal and opposite from top side. Of course, from left and right. So here we have shown P, P dash and all that. So important is height h, small b, width, this will be the width. Now while doing the stress equation, we must know what will be the torque occurred by the key or on the key. So for that, torque we need to calculate, and as we know, torque is nothing but force into perpendicular distance. So for this case, you can see torque is shown over here. Mt is equal to torque occur in the key, force into perpendicular distance. Now in this case, force is how much? Here P is the force which is acting into perpendicular distance. Always remember, while in case of the circular portion, because torque will be transmitted from shaft to key, 1, 2, 3, likewise. So while doing this, so shaft is having circular cross section. So where there is a circular cross section, total load acting at its CG only. So its CG is situated at a center, it means it is d by 2. Therefore I'll write d by 2. Therefore my torsional moment will be P into d by 2. While considering this, I can say total force acting on a key, how much? P is equal to 2 mt by d, correct? 2 mt by d. So this will be my equation 1. Total force acting on a key, this much. P is equal to 2 mt by d. Now we'll see the nature of key. You can see half portion is situated in the shaft and half portion is situated in the hub. Here, this is slot. Half portion is situated in shaft, half portion is situated in hub. In that case, I need to consider what kind of the stresses, as per our title, what kind of the stresses are occur in the key. So basically, you can see the structure. While in case of the rotation, there might be chances of the sharing of the stress in between shaft to hub. So because of that, formation of crack through which breaking will occur. So that we called as a shear failure. So here key is get damaged or it will break by the shear failure. So first type of failure occur in the keys is shear failure. In case of the second type, you can see the crushing failure. How crushing will occur? Now this is area, bottom side, which is included in shaft, and for the upper side it is included top side. Now while moving the torque from shaft to key to hub, at this case there might be chances of the forces more acting at the top surface. So due to this forces, there might be chances of the compression occur, as like you can see P is acting top side of the slot, P is acting bottom side of the slot. So this will be called as a compression. Here also, from top side to bottom side and bottom side to top side, the force is acting. So it means there will be the compression occurs while designing this. So we'll have to consider second type of failure, that compressive failure or crushing failure occurs in the keys. So we'll see one by one. Now see shear failure, how it occurs. This is bottom part which is included in shaft. This is top part. As I told you, at the time of working, sharing will take place. Therefore shear failure will occur. Now we know what is shear. See, this is shear stress. Now shear failure, shear stress means it is again load by area, P by area. So this shear failure I need to calculate. P is nothing but R force. Now area is with respect to sharing area. So this will be the sharing area, width into length. So I will take B into L. That will be the sharing area for shear failure. Now we have calculated equation 1 suggested P is nothing but, what is P? P is nothing but 2mt by d. So I put this equation here. So I'll get tau is equal to 2mt by dBl. Is that clear? So this will be your second equation. Correct? For shear failure. Very simple. Directly we have calculated from the diagram. Now, in case of the crushing failure, crushing means what? The crushing area, this much. This is the area which is included in the shaft. And at the time of the working, compressive force generated throughout the structure in this case. So, bottom portion having more load, that is crushing area, that we need to consider. Again, crushing failure, we'll have to consider crushing stress, sigma c. Crushing stress, sigma c. Stress means what? Load by area. So, stress, that is load, we have to consider P, and area, this much area, which is crushing area, not total H. That is half of it. This will be the crushing area, highlighted area. More compression will occur. That is H by 2 into L. H by 2 into, with respect to, you can see this. This will be the length with respect to L. So this will be the crushing area. But we know P is equal to how much? From the equation 1, 2mt by d. So I will have to put this equation here. After putting this, I'll get crushing failure is equal to 2mt by 2 into 2, that is 2 dHl. So in short, I can write in simplified format, that is 4mt by dHl, or again I'll write 4mt by dHl. Correct? So this will be the equation number 3, that is crushing. This is for crushing failure occur in the structure of the key. Now if I compare equation B and C, and I'll write by comparing equation B and C, there are somewhat similarities we can see. So for that, if I consider for H is equal to B or B is equal to H, then I'll get, see, tau, I can compare sigma c, which is equal to tau. Correct? So sigma c is how much? 4mt by dBl, because we have considered this H is equal to, which is equal to 2mt by dBl. So here I can say sigma c is twice of shear. That is crushing failure is twice of shear failure. So likewise we can derive, this will be equation number 4. So likewise we'll have to design a key. In this session we have seen what is key, what are the element, what are the type. After that, in our syllabus, which part is important according to square and flat. Then we have seen the stress equation for the key. For that we have developed the torque, and through torque we'll have to calculate total force acting on a key. After that, two types of the failure, in that shear failure, through which we have calculate shear stress, and for crushing failure we'll have to calculate crushing stress. And after that, after comparing that with the condition H is equal to B, we'll calculate the relation between crushing failure, that is compressive stress, and shear stress, that is twice of tau. Sigma c is equal to twice of tau. I hope you understood this session. Thank you.